And
The final section.
and 308 with a death. And is that a 1-0? Yes, that looks like a 1-0 lap, which is insane.
That's crazy, actually, with a death.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's now 3-3. So this next race is going to be a tiebreaker for Nacho and Metallica.
And Nock just coming in to finish off her final lap. Yeah, so we're up to 3-all.
Yeah, 3-all. That's from tennis, I think, the all for a tie. And this next track in Spice Mine Run is like probably the most deceptively easy track in the game because it has so many straights that are super easy to boost on, and that just makes you lose your guard more than usual.
Yeah, it's very easy to fall asleep and just do something silly on this track. Yeah.
Or just abuse the boost like crazy.
Yeah, I did a test actually to see how much time you could lose if you were inefficient with your boost, and I found it was around about 5 seconds.
That's massive.
Yeah, like if you boost as frequently as you possibly can, it's like 5 seconds slower than normal.
Yeah. Okay.
And Nacho just decided to do a me.
He hit the mine cart while you hit the dozer.
Yeah, I hit that wall as well in a previous race. I seem to crash more on this track than the hard ones.
Well, they said if you hit... Well, it seems like this track punishes you if you're on world record pace, because if you're on world record pace, the dozer's in this precarious position where if you don't angle it just right, you crash into it.
Yeah, just getting memory flashbacks there.
Oh yeah, tourney flashbacks to me, because I remember last year how the last year's match ended with Mike, with you crashing into the dozer after a 10-second sync pause, and it was 10-second sync pause, then you crashing immediately.
Yeah, we should probably explain we're discussing the grand final of last year's annual event.
Yes, definitely.
I have to admit, it was slightly amusing though.
Yeah, I heard you. I'm glad that you were laughing because the reactions were insane, and I didn't even catch the full scope of it until I saw the Twitch stream in replay.
Well, I obviously practiced it, you know, away from the tournament, and I hadn't experienced one death there, and then to have it in the final was kind of unusual. Yeah. So just one of those.
Yep, so true. And here we go. We are going into the final race with a tiebreaker between Nacho and Metallica. This is exciting. Didn't expect this. What a great we're with a bang for sure.
Yeah, I knew it would always be very competitive. I mean, this was a track I remember particularly from Nacho, who did a very good time here with no upgrades against me last year.
Yeah, that one came down to, that was one of the matches between you and Nacho that was down to like hundredths or tenths of a second.
Yeah, I think there was a closer one with Scrappers, but I think this one stood out to me more because we both did very good times on this track.
Yeah.
So it was
Nacho also last year also had muscle memory from doing the circuit and no upgrade real-time attack by using Beto originally. Oops. When yes, no upgrades, it's the fastest as bowls, but Ben, you'll be seen here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's quite a significant difference between no upgrades bowls and no upgrades Beto as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also significant even between no upgrade bowls and Ben. but no upgrade Ben is far easier to handle than no upgrade Bowles. And you might be wondering why all these players are using Ben Quadinaros, and that's because Ben Quadinaros is the fastest pod in the game for all but 2 tracks, which are not in the circuit.
Yeah, Ben has a extremely high top speed, so he gets an additional 400 speed units when he boosts. He also has an extremely long boost, which is one of the most important stats of any pod. And even his turning actually is pretty good, like especially when you use the sliding, as well. So for the majority of tracks, he's able to have a very high average speed over the whole track, which is one of the main reasons why he performs best usually.
Yeah. Highest boost thrust paired with the second longest boost duration after Mars Glow. And Mars Glow is not that much longer than Ben.
Yeah, I think actually Ben even goes further on one boost than Mars does, just because of the additional speed that he has.
Yes, I think so too.
But as you see, it's not really a crazy track, this. It's just a case of who can save the most time at every given section, really, is what this track is testing. And then we've got this this section here, which Nacho and Metallica are currently on. Nox coming in now, which obviously you can see just builds a little bit more speed than usual over this section, even though it's uphill.
Yeah, it has an uphill portion at first because you're going uphill on a conveyor belt that gives you a speed boost. Then you're supposed to floor it while you're taking advantage of that speed boost, and then hold it all the way through the downslope, ideally.
Yeah, and then there's that risky section at the bottom, which, again, another potential kill spot there. Which actually was another death I took at Spice Mine Run, thinking about it. I think that was the year before, though, possibly.
I think so, too. Here we go, final lap. Very close between Nacho and Metallica. And this is where the Dozer can get in a very precarious spot. See how it's right in between there? And Metallica did the death you did in that grand final.
Yeah.
So Nacho probably is going to win this because of the same thing that happened in that grand final match.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for Metallica. I think Nacho is actually ahead anyway, I think by a couple of seconds if I noted the time.
Yeah, he looked like he was a second ahead before the crash, but now since the crash takes about 5 seconds, and he's like 6 seconds ahead.
Yeah, I did a test actually. I found it was anything between kind of 3.5 and about 7.5 seconds, depending on the conditions under which you crash. So
yeah, but average I think is about 5.
Yeah, average was about 5. Yeah. See,
and Nacho comes in with a 3:42, and that actually beats Davies' Spice Mine run of 3:43.
Yeah, excellent time from Nacho there.
So Nacho wins this in a near squeaker.
But yeah, that was a very exciting first match for the start of this event.
No. Kind of, yeah, a really exciting way to start. I didn't expect it to go into a tiebreaker in the end.
Well, I had a feeling it was going to be close, actually, between
Nacho and Metallica because of last year. So, congrats to Nachos, and so looks like we're gonna ask for interviews.
And actually, a pretty excellent performance from Nock as well, I thought. I mean,
yeah, for a rookie, pretty good.
For anyone who's ever played this game, I mean, those times are difficult to achieve. You know, those are not easy times.
Yeah.
I mean, I still remember when I was doing times like that. Not so long after, I'd started taking on records and things. So,
and that would have